Good morning, Monday morning, heading now to Petach Tikva bright and early to meet with Richard Woolf, who is widely regarded as one of the top sales guys in this country. I worked with him when I was advising WalkMe. He's a good friend, good guy. Very excited to catch up with him, and then to Intelligo. After that, heading to Tel Aviv to meet another company I've been in touch with since day one, InfiniGrow. No connection to Intelligo, total coincidence. Meeting him for lunch, and then a couple of other meetings. Tonight I have a call with SAP in New York, so that's exciting. It's going to be a pretty relaxed, exciting day. Here we go. Made it to Petach Tikva. I worked here for many years at Interactive for like 3 or 4 years, and I've never been to this side of the city. No idea where I am, but this is where Richard lives, I guess, so we're meeting here. Very excited to meet the guy. I gotta tell you, there are a lot of marketing people that inspire me, but not many sales people who inspire me. But when I worked at WalkMe as an advisor, so he was leading the sales team there, and I had a chance to sit with him a couple of times. Guy's an expert, master sales guy, so I'm very excited to catch up. Really hoping he'll agree to go on the vlog. If not, I might have to do some arm twisting. Anyway, I'm gonna find the cafe now, get some coffee, catch up on some email, and hopefully write the 4th Inc. article of the week. Oh, something else. Someone asked me on YouTube last night to show the business card that Elon Dre designed, so here it is. That would be stainless steel. It's pretty sexy, if I do say so myself. All right, now to get coffee. I'm sitting right now with what I believe to be one of, if not the, probably the top sales guy in this country. Now, the reason I'm saying that, and you can close your ears if you want, but the reason I'm saying that is because, to me, sales always, in my head, it was always something that was dry, that was a science, that was not emotional, that was, you know, what led up to, let me turn off my notifications, that's not good. What led up to sales was emotion, but at the end of the day, the sales process was dry and boring to me. Then I met you. So I was advising WalkMe, what was it, 2016, 17, something like that, and I'd heard of this guy in the organization, this guy Richard, who came and kind of flipped the whole organization on its head. I'd heard amazing things about it. We had met before very briefly, kind of in passing, but at one point I kind of said to you, listen, dude, I really want to sit down, I want to pick your brain, I want to understand about your world. And we sat, and as I said to you many times, I walked out of that meeting where we talked only about sales with goosebumps. And that is the first time that I understood that sales is actually an art, not a science. Give me your background. Who are you? What's your story?
How far back do you want me to go?
From the beginning. Hit me. Not beginning. Where are you from originally?
Originally South African, been living in Israel for quite a few years,
okay.
Close to 25 years. Been in tech since 06. Started working with a company called Fraud Sciences, exited in 2008, I believe.
So you've made several exits by now.
Yeah, I've done a few, yeah. I then...
Not a coincidence, by the way.
Well, you know, I keep saying to myself, either I'm incredibly lucky, or I'm a hell of a sales guy, or a combination of the two. But
probably a combination, but I'm guessing it's more of the second thing than the first thing. But anyway,
so,
yeah, go on.
So then moved on to a company called Panaya. You know what happened with those guys?
Amazing company, big, massive success.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And from there moved on to WalkMe. WalkMe, if I thought Panaya was good, WalkMe was insane.
Incredible company.
Yeah, what you know, technology.
Nearing the $1 billion valuation, WalkMe?
Yeah, just south of.
Unbelievable. They're going to IPO. It's a crazy company.
So really, really good.
And you know, listen, at the end of the day, you know, amazing people at the company, but you really did make a fundamental shift in the company. We're not going to jump too much into it right now because obviously, but you really did change things there. Is that a fair statement?
150%.
Okay, cool. We like Rafi, we like Dan. I think that they would say the same thing about you. Okay, so then you left WalkMe, you joined another company that put that aside because that was a short kind of thing that also exited. Okay, so what are you doing now?
So now I'm with a company called DataRose.
DataRose.
Very cool technology in the world of Excel. Being able to...
It's a paradox if I've ever heard one.
Actually, one would think that it's boring, but the fact of the matter is it's actually very, very cool technology.
So what you do is, though, and one might say, you take Excel and make it, I'm not gonna say fun, but you make it accessible. I mean, most people, I think, with very few exceptions, do not like using Excel. But you take Excel and you kind of enable me to optimize and to make it a more efficient tool. Is that a fair statement?
That's basic. Make it enterprise ready, because at the end of the day, you'd be surprised at the number of large companies still running on Excel, even though they're trying to get away from it. But the fact of the matter is, you never stop using Excel.
Right.
That's the fact of it.
I've learned that all these top tech companies that are doing incredible things, at the end of the day, some of their processes are definitely still running Excel, which is crazy, but it's just the reality. It's a powerful tool, though, Excel. It is a very powerful tool.
No question about it, but at the end of the day, like I said, DataRose actually just makes it a lot easier.
So it's datarails.com is the website?
Correct.
Okay, what's your title there? SVP sales?
SVP sales.
SVP sales. How big is the company?
Right now, 20-ish, 25-ish.
Super cool.
So, really beginning stages.
Love it. Okay, so let's talk about you for 1 second. So, I mean, what would you, and this is a hard thing to say, because again, you've built an entire career on the philosophy of sales and sales development, et cetera, but if I were to say to you, what makes you the best salesman in this country? What is your philosophy that makes you unique? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Firstly, thank you for the title as best sales guy. I'm not so sure about that.
You're up there for sure. Would we agree that you're up there?
I would agree with that statement.
Your track record speaks for itself, my friend.
Appreciate that. Thank you. There are a couple of things. I would say number one is leadership. Being able to cultivate that with your sales team, being able to take care of them and getting the maximum out of them, and being able to understand what their emotional problems are from a selling perspective, from their home life, to being able to put enough money in their pocket.
I love
and most
that.
importantly, having their backs.
I love that.
That's the first thing.
So first of all, I think that's a true statement across the board, not only sales, right? You want to inspire your team, you want to have them perform better because you've inspired them, not because they have a whip to their, backs. And that's, I think, one might say that's the Apple versus Google philosophy. Google is all about taking care of the employees, and some might say, oh, what are you having sofas in the workplace for? But the answer is happy employees are productive employee.
100%.
Okay, so that's one thing. What else?
The second thing is being able to understand these guys and understand the subtleties of the sales process, because when you're guiding people, as we spoke about a couple of years ago, when you're taking people through a sales journey, nobody wants to be sold to. Nobody wants to be sold
True.
to. So my job as a salesperson is to walk up to you and be able to sell you on the phone, face to face, whatever it is, and say, Hillel, this is what we're doing, and this is how we can help you. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Love this. Love this.
And this is the way that you're able to finesse the customers into making or seeming that it's their idea to make the buying process.
I'm going to make a very weird comparison right now. It might be my lack of caffeine, but I'm going to make a very weird comparison.
You want another one?
Here's my weird comparison. You ready? What makes fish good when it's not fishy, right? A fish that's very fishy is not high quality fish. A fish that tastes less like fish is better fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sales that doesn't appear as sales. A good salesman that is selling you something without you knowing that it's sales is the best kind of salesman. Is that a true statement?
That's 150% what it is.
You were like, where's he going with the fish thing?
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. The days of the Glenn, look, I still hold true with a lot of Glenn Ross. I mean, that guy's, I wouldn't say my hero, but he's pretty much up there. But those type of hardcore sales are pretty much over, especially in the world of tech. But when it comes to processes, and the third component is process.
Okay, go on, explain.
Because there's no point in, if you look at how sales is structured, it's about building interest at every stage of the cycle, every stage of the sale.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're telling a joke and you tell the punchline before the joke is over, you're going to blow the deal.
Right.
So it's about getting them to the point where it's a no-brainer to make the decision. And that starts with what you do from a marketing perspective, building enough interest to get them to do whatever it is, to come onto the website, whatever it is, and ask for a demo. Take them through the demo process, move them to the next stage, and then move them up the cycle where it's a question of, geez, why would I not buy this tool?
So it sounds to me like my entire philosophy that I always preach might be true in most cases, but in your case it's not true. What do I mean? I always say the difference between sales and marketing, like we talked about earlier, is subtlety. But the truth is, in your process, in your art that is sales, there's a lot of subtlety. There's a lot of selling without selling. So I think you're the exception to the rule. Most salesmen are a little bit less subtle. You're a little more subtle. And I think in that case, in that way, we have a lot of similarities in what we do. I think at the end of the day, a lot of what you do, while you call it sales development, is actually marketing. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
I think because think about what's marketing. Marketing is saying to me, here's the value that I'm going to be providing you. Here's this is going to enhance your life. Here's this is going to enhance your business, right? Now you decide to buy it. But a sales guy is buying my product. I'm deciding for you, you know?
Listen, what is your first reaction when somebody says to you, listen, I've got 2 cell phones for you. If you buy these 2 now, I'm going to give you the 3rd one for free. It's a no-brainer, do it now, but hold on a second, don't stop, okay? I'll throw in a couple of covers as well. Nobody wants to be sold to. At the end of the day, they want to be finessed, especially when you're talking to enterprise and these top level guys. They haven't got time to mess around. They know that you're trying to sell to them, but your job is not to sell to them.
Right.
Your job is to guide them.
Love it.
And when I say your job, I mean...
I got it, totally. I like I said, I love your philosophy. I love when you look at this stuff, and there's a reason that you've achieved everything you've achieved. You've done amazing things in your career. But here's my call to action for you. I know, because we've talked about this, that we share a lot of things in common in terms of philosophy, especially of helping others succeed. And I know that you dedicate a lot of time to helping companies without taking anything in return. And I love that, and I've embraced that, and I think it's an amazing strategy. If there's an entrepreneur watching who wants to learn a little bit about your world, whether it's over a cup of coffee or even a phone call for 10 minutes, would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely. Always willing to chat.
But before I ask you for your email address, do you actually use Hotmail as your primary email?
I do.
Is there a reason? Is there a story there? There's got to be a story there.
I just haven't bothered to change it over the years.
Because I feel like in my world, like someone uses Hotmail, it's like a big freaking red flag for me. It's like, what? Like if I didn't know you, I'd be like, what is with this guy? Okay, so what is your email address?
It's Rick Woolf.
R-I-C-K?
R-I-C-W-O-O-L-F.
R-I-C?
W-O-O-L-F
at hotmail.com.
At Hotmail.
All right,
I also have monopoly on Gmail and Yahoo with the same prefix. Just so you know.
By the way, you should actually try Gmail. I'm just saying, it's going to enhance your life a lot.
No, I'm cool with that. I just gotten used to it over the years.
Here's the thing. Again, if you're developing your sales team, if you want, ping the guy. He's very busy, very busy. He's working full time. He's working on many companies. Super duper busy. As you can tell, he's an awesome dude. So you'll get a response, but he might not be able to sit with you for half an hour, but definitely ping him if you want to learn. And at the end of the day, we should do this more often because I learn from you a ton every time I sit with you. But it goes without saying, we didn't really have enough time to talk about this, and I have to go to my next meeting. But if there's anything I can do to help that pops into your head that I can help with, if I'm meeting with someone that I don't even know. I don't even know how I could help you. But if I could help you in any way, let me know.
I absolutely will, and thank you very much.
No, absolutely, man. And this was fun. We should definitely not wait another 5 years to do it again. But really, please take me up on that offer. Let me know how I can help, and we'll continue the conversation. Thanks, dude. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
What am I gonna say? Super energized. Every time I leave Intelligo, the most amazing 2 hours. We get so much done. I think 2 hours we get done what most people get done in 3 weeks. Love it. Now heading to Rothschild. It is quite a beautiful day today. Look at the skies. We are post an awesome feast on Rothschild. The meat toast on Rothschild, turns out, is freaking delicious. News to me. But anyway, stop talking about food here. Who are you?
I'm Daniel Meler from InfiniGrow.
InfiniGrow. I met with the company I was with this morning, had a meeting with this morning, is in Intelligo. And I was like, I'm going to meet Intelligo, and then I'm going to meet InfiniGrow. Let's start from the beginning. Where do we originally connect? Like originally?
So I think that 2.5 years ago, you had a lecture at the IDC.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
And I sent you a cold email. Not sure if it's a cold email, but I sent you an email after your lecture.
Love it. I actually forgot that.
Asking you to meet.
I actually forgot that.
Really?
It's really funny. So I gave a lecture on IDC, you were in the audience, sent me an email, you had an idea for a startup at the time, you already had a product.
We had an idea and an early start, yes.
Okay, so now let's try to do this concisely. What is InfiniGrow?
So InfiniGrow is an AI-driven marketing planning platform that enables SaaS marketing teams to optimally allocate their budget across the right channels according to the most relevant and updated data at any given moment.
Wow.
Yes.
I feel like you could say that at 4 o'clock in the morning if I wake you up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That was like really good. Now let's try something. You ready for a challenge?
Sure.
Let's say that again with zero buzzword. Go. What do you do?
With zero buzzwords, okay. So you have a budget, right? Every company has a budget, and you need to invest your budget. Well, today the number of options of where, when, and how to do it is evolving all the time, and even today we're talking about a landscape of hundreds of different channels that keep changing, right?
Right.
And eventually as a company you have some business goals that you need to achieve using these budgets, right?
Yep.
But each allocation scenario could bring you as a company to a whole different place.
Each allocation scenario without buzzwords?
Each scenario of your budget,
Okay.
or you can invest your budget in tons of different options and scenarios.
Beautiful.
Right? And the number of options of how to do it is infinite, right?
Okay. I love it. So,
And you need to choose the right channels,
okay.
and you need to choose the right budget for each of those channels, and you need to dynamically reallocate it according to the most updated data that you have right now.
חבר'ה, הגעתי קצת באיחור, אבל הגעתי. בוא נעשה שנייה ציונים רגע.
אבל אנחנו באמצע הרעיון וגם הנחתי בבוקר. אבל אנחנו באמצע הרעיון. She wants us to put on fill-in. Look at that. What's up? Okay. Thank you, but next time.
Thanks.
Okay, but we're in the middle of an interview. It's not nice. It's not nice. All right. He means well. He means well. Okay, so.
Yes, and in order to understand how to manage and optimize your budget scenarios or your marketing mix, in
Right.
other words,
Yeah.
you need to count for
So-
a lot of different parameters, right?
Yeah.
So what's your unique product profile, your competition, your target audiences, your goals, your constraints,
Okay.
and obviously the most relevant data, what's working and what isn't.
All right. Now I'm going to take this, everything you just said, and I'm going to pretend I'm talking to my grandmother. You ready?
Yes.
What does my grandmother say when I say I want a Ferrari? What's her response to that? Why would you want a Ferrari? A Toyota gets you from point A to point B too, right? InfiniGrow comes to marketer and says, I'm going to get you from point A to point B in the most efficient and optimal manner, period. How's that?
Sounds good. No, eventually, yes, you can see InfiniGrow as basically as your marketing navigation system, right?
There you go.
We enable marketing organization to define their goals and where they want to go to.
Okay.
And we enable them to reach those goals by the best possible marketing route.
Okay, so you started this thing how long ago?
Formally 2 years ago.
Formally 2 years ago. You have how many employees now around?
We are 5 employees in-house, and we have 3 more in remote.
Okay, so we can't say what because it's we can't say what, but there's news coming. Can we say that?
There are a lot of news.
Okay. But one specific piece of news.
Not public yet.
Yes. Who is your target audience? What kind of company?
So right now, our main target market is mid-sized B2B SaaS companies, more
Okay.
specifically marketing teams at those companies,
Cool.
mainly in the US.
So, but your point of contact in the organization is the CMO?
Usually we call it the marketing leader, whether it's the VP marketing or the CMO of
So
the
the
company.
person making calling the shots. Okay. Are you allowed to talk about any of your current customers, or it's confidential? Just so I have the right
Not
context.
yet.
Not yet. But you have some
Yes.
paying customers.
Yes.
Love it. All right, man. Well, all I can say is this: I knew you before you were a hotshot, and when you IPO this company, don't forget the little people. Okay.
I'll try.
All right, man. Good luck with everything. Let me know how I can help. All right.
Thank you. Let me know how I can help you.
You just keep buying me burgers. We're good.
Sounds good.
Talk again soon, dude.
Bye-bye.
Made it home. Look how beautiful it is. Was a great day. Heading tomorrow to Tel Aviv to meet some fascinating folks. See you then.